Hello, my name is Lois Anderson. I am a health minister with Hallelujah Acres, and I'm also a certified raw food chef with Alicia Cohen. And I have been on this plant-based diet since 1980, and it served me very well. I just am so much more vibrant than most people my age at 75, and I just love promoting it to people that they can catch on and do that too, because nobody likes to take medication. I don't take any. So today we are going to make nut butter, and I'm going to show you some different things that we can put the nut butter on. And so first of all, this is a Champion juicer, and one nice thing about this is you can make nut butter with it. You can make frozen fruit desserts with it, and so it's really a wonderful machine. So first thing you got to do is you got to oil up this shank with some olive oil. You don't want to use other kinds of oils unless they're cold pressed, because it will gum this up, and then your blade will not fit on like it should if it's all gummed up. So let's see. This is my blade. That's what does all the work. I'm going to take this apart so you can see it, because this little screen is for when you're doing juicing, but this piece of plastic I put in here when I make my nut butter. So, and then we're going to put that on, and it goes at a tilt and it pushes up. It has a safety feature on it that if it gets like this, it will shut off immediately. So that's one really nice feature of this machine. So, I've made different kinds of nut butters out of different kinds of nuts, and this is my favorite. This is a ½ pound of Brazil nuts and a ½ pound of raw cashews. And Brazil nuts are very, very oily, and so it makes it very creamy. And so I always start with Brazil nuts first to get that creaminess started. So we're going to do that first, and then I alternate these two kind of nuts until I get them all done. Our cashews. I'm going to move this so you can see how creamy that is coming out of there. You don't want to do it real fast. You want to do it kind of slow, because then it makes it more creamy. If you like chunky, you can go really fast. off so I can get it all the way through there. Okay, there's a lot of nut butter up in this part of it, so I'm going to take that off and scrape that out so we can get it all out. One of the things that I do when I get done making my nut butter is I run at least 2 oranges through the juicer, and it makes the juice taste real nutty. It's very delicious, so probably later on I'll probably do that. Get that, because it just scrapes all the excess in there. And then another thing I do is I just take some maple syrup and put a little dump of that in here. And I sprinkle just a little bit of salt, not much. And this is Himalayan pink salt, and it's my favorite because it has all the trace minerals in it. I actually buy that off of Amazon and get a very reasonable price for it. Of course, people like to buy it from me, so I bought extra this last time. I bought 10 pounds of it, and I got it for $2 a pound. But you know, that goes a long ways because we're not supposed to have a lot of salt anyway. It's good, a little bit of salt is good. But whoops, I better remove that so you can see what I'm doing here. That way it gets the cashews and the Brazils all mixed together really good too. When you mix the salt and the maple syrup in there. This is kind of like what they do with candy bars. I'm going to demonstrate on an orange and apple, some celery, and some of my homemade crackers, things that you can use it on. And then it actually tastes better when it's chilled. But we're gonna show you some of the things that I do with it. And my apple today is a Gala apple, but a lot of times I will buy Granny Smith apples too. It's really good on the Granny Smith apple. So we're going to do a couple of those. And I'm going to do a couple of the oranges. It really hardens up when it gets cold too. I'm going to get one more dish and put the ones that I put the nut butter out there for you to see. And then I'm going to put some in a celery. You could actually put raisins or currants, dot them on the top of here, like some people do with peanut butter, but I don't use peanut butter because it's probably got some mold in it because they're grown underground, so it's better to use nut butters that are grown on a tree, and they're actually, you know, have a shell around them, so to protect them as they grow. So that's why I go with the nuts. Oh, one other thing I want to tell you about the nuts, I soak them. Different nuts take different times of soaking, but I soak them first and then I dehydrate them to get the crunch back. But the reason I do that is because they have a ingredient on the skin of the nuts, so that God made them that way so that they would not sprout before water hits them. It's enzyme inhibitor is what it's called, and when you soak them and get rid of that and then dehydrate them, they taste so much better than when you just buy them out of the store and eat it, like out of walnuts or almonds or whatever you're buying. Sunflower seeds, I make my own sunflower seeds too, and then when I'm dehydrating them I sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top of it, and so it's so much better digestion if you do that. So I'm going to try each one of these a little bit for you. Very, very good. And then there's the celery. And this is organic celery. Very good. And then I think oranges are probably my favorite of all of these. Very juicy orange. And then the apple. I can sit down and make the whole meal out of this. It is so delicious. It's almost more like a dessert than it is, you know, what you think of as a meal, but I really love it a lot. And I wanted to show you my book. Now this nut butter is not in my book. I looked, I thought I had it in there. But it's got a lot of different salad recipes, main dishes, drinks, and also a lot of desserts in here, and you can find it on Barnes & Noble, and it's $11.99. So check it out, see what you think. Maybe pick that up if you're really wanting to get more into the raw foods area. This has got a lot of awesome ideas. So thank you very much for watching my video.
Oh, I'm trying.
You gotta help me eat this stuff.
It's not letting me.